Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mr. Vince. I haven't made a video in a week, so I decided to make a video for today. So today I'm going to be talking about something I have done in a while, and basically I'm talking about the Bugatti. If you do not know, the Bugatti is a vehicle that you can no longer purchase because of the new Chiron. The Bugatti was around for pretty much 3 years, and it's been a great vehicle. Now, sometime in August, I made a video about, is the Bugatti worth it? Today, we're going to be talking about if the Bugatti is still worth it up to this day. However, this is just for the people who own the Bugatti, so if you do not own the Bugatti, feel free to watch the entire video if you like. But anyways, before we head on, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never have to miss a video. But anyways, so the Bugatti is only obtainable for, owners that have bought the Bugatti for a pretty long time. So here's the Bugatti over here. This is a great car, and the Bugatti is ridiculously fast in terms of top speed. The Bugatti also has the fastest reverse speed in terms when it comes to, cars. I'm not going to be counting aerial vehicles or watercrafts because if I counted those two, then the drone could beat the Bugatti in reverse. The Black Hawk can also be in reverse, but it's plausible whether or not it can. The Blade can also be the Bugatti in reverse, so the Bugatti holds the record for having the reverse speed in terms of vehicles that are cars and bikes. The Bugatti was also the fastest stock vehicle in terms of top speed, still faster than the Torpedo as of today. However, at level 5, the Torpedo beats the Bugatti, which is kind of disappointing. Now, there are several problems with the Bugatti, such as terrible handling. The problem with the handling is that the Bugatti mostly slips, and this causes the Bugatti to fall inside of water, which is a big downside to the Bugatti. Another problem with the Bugatti is the off-roading. The off-roading is probably one of the biggest problems with the Bugatti. Unlike the Torpedo, the Bugatti is not a sticky vehicle, which means it cannot stick on walls. Torpedo can, while the Bugatti cannot, which is kind of disappointing. Although the off-roading is pretty good, the Bugatti still does potholes, regardless of, when you hit a ramp or not. Like, a small hill could literally do a pothole. And unlike the Torpedo, the Bugatti does not UFO, so feel free to use the vehicle and it will not UFO as a result. Its brother, the Chiron, still UFOs. If I can, try my best to do it for, demonstration in the future. But as you can see, the Bugatti is pretty fast, as you can see. The Bugatti does feature a spoiler, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, the Bugatti is like literally a really nice car, actually. The Bugatti was the first hypercar to be introduced in Jailbreak, I think it was in the Jewelry Store update, I have forgot. But the Bugatti was a really fast vehicle, and it's been the fastest for a year until the Torpedo was added, and then it just destroyed the Bugatti's records. Literally. Everyone loved the Torpedo back then, but then it got off sale. And now the Bugatti was the king again. Then a month later, the Roadster was added, and it literally killed the Bugatti because it had better acceleration handling and possibly launch. And, it's really good. The Roadster is, really awesome. The problem with the Roadster, however, is that it does potholes, unlike the Bugatti. It does a lot more potholes than the Bugatti because the off-roading of the Roadster is a lot worse. But in terms, the Roadster is literally so fast that it could literally beat the Bugatti in almost every distance possible. At mid to long distance, the Bugatti starts to catch up the Roadster, and the Roadster loses to the Bugatti in mid to long distance. And yeah, the problem with the Roadster, besides off-roading, is that the Roadster has absolutely terrible reverse. But not only that, but also UFOs, which is kind of awkward for the Roadster. And yeah, it mostly UFOs during, the normal weather. It does not UFO during the rain, as I can tell. So yeah, if your Roadster's UFOing, just go ahead and move, and then it should stop UFOing. I made a video on how to stop it. I'll leave it in my channel for you guys to watch. Anyways, back on topic of the Bugatti. The Bugatti was like a really good vehicle. It cost 500,000 cash, and players who have owned the Bugatti back then would receive a Chiron discount of 200,000 cash, which means you only need to grind up to 300,000 more to buy the Chiron, which was a really good car. So, is the Bugatti still worth it as of today? Well, the simple answer is yes. No matter how many vehicles were added in various updates, the Bugatti still is a good vehicle to use. So, why is it still a good vehicle to use? Well, in September, we got the Degen Ray, which are pretty much two starter cars, literally. They're slower than the Camaro, so it's not really worth it. October added the Molten M12 and also removed the blade, so it's kind of awkward. The Molten M12 was like literally so slow that it can't even beat the Chiron, neither the Bugatti, which is kind of big disappointing for the Molten M12. And then November came and it added the drone, which pretty much beats Bugatti in top speed. Just kidding. It beats the Bugatti in acceleration and launch, which is pretty disappointing for the Bugatti, which makes sense because the Bugatti is an old vehicle. Now the Bugatti should retire, and as you can see, has retired. Along with our great old friend, the Mini Cooper, and the Mustang. And yeah, I do own all the retired vehicles in the game, so as you can see, I own the Mini Cooper, the Mustang, the Bugatti, the SUV, the McLaren, and the Porsche. So these vehicles are pretty cool. The fastest retired vehicle is the Bugatti. So if you are willing to, use the Bugatti, well, go ahead and bother buying the Chiron, because the Chiron beats the Bugatti in almost every aspect, except for pretty much top speed, since the Chiron is slower than the Bugatti in terms of top speed. And I'll go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you know after this video. And as always, my name is Mr. Vince, and I'll see you guys next time.